Hey everyone, I am Yvette Lloyd, host of Lifeherpodcast. We are here today in a Havana Lounge, and it is so beautiful and amazing. I hope you guys come in and stop by in Atlanta, Georgia, and you are going to enjoy the vibe. So I'm here today with Candace. She is a six-figure chick spa, and she is doing amazing things, y'all. And we just about to get right into it. So, hey, Candace.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being on my show. I really appreciate you. And I know I had me a long morning.
Me too.
Long morning. I missed my flight and everything when I got here to come interview you and get to know more about you. So please tell me, how did everything get started? Who was Candace before you became a six-figure spa chick?
I was broke. I was bitter.
Ooh.
I was the mean girl. I hated the world. I felt like everybody was against me. And I was just a lost baby mama. I was a hot mess.
Really? So what made you just shift into such an amazing woman and just helping everyone just revamp their spas and everything? Because a lot of people think you just started and you just was just booming, but they don't know that crawl before you walk.
Yeah, and to be honest, with my spa career, it just took off. So that is my story in real life. So I didn't have that crawl story with my spa business.
That's amazing.
It wasn't until when I moved to Atlanta and got broke, and then I had a crawl story, and that was years later after I had already became a multi-six-figure earner, because I moved to Atlanta without a plan, and that's when I became six-figure spa chick.
Wow. So when you started everything, even just before that, you was saying that you was a bitter, angry baby mama. So could you elaborate more? Because it's a lot of women that is going through that right now, and they have a hard time shaking that and focus on themselves and their child.
I had 2 bad breakups. I was with my son's dad first for like probably 4 or 5 years, and we had a horrible breakup. That's when I became bitter, when I broke up with him.
Wow.
And then I got married to my daughter's dad, and we had a horrible breakup. But I was already bitter before I even got with him in the first place. I never healed from the bitterness.
Oh, wow.
And that was just more bitter piling on top of each other from those bad relationships. And then I moved to Atlanta, and I just saw entrepreneurs like killing it on social media, and I was like, I gotta kill it on social media. And I just was like, I want my old life back. I want to be happy again. I want to make money again. I want to be able to do what I want to do. And I just made a vow to myself. It was August 2016 when I made the vow to myself to like take my life back.
Wow. So when you vowed to take your life back, what was some of the steps? Because you know they got this prayer, Sierra prayer and everything.
Yeah.
So what was your step?
At that time, I only knew how to do what I knew how to do, and that was Groupon and going to events. Like, that's how I knew how to make money. So I got back on, I hadn't been on Groupon in years.
Wow.
So I had got back on Groupon. I went to every event that I could find in Atlanta, because mind you, I ain't had no money.
Right.
So if the event was free, I was in there. And if I had enough money, if it was an event that was a paid ticket, if I had enough money, I would pay the ticket. So I'm still the event queen, y'all, to this day, like 8 years later. But I just killed it at events, and I did Groupon, and I mean, I would go to sleep, and my phone always be dead to this day as well. Like, I'm on my phone all day, just straight up trying to get as much visibility as possible, and they really helped me get my life back.
That's good. Now, interaction is very important, and a lot of people believe just posting and everything is just going to complete your whole mission, and you'll be able to, you know,
It used to.
get everything. But can you let people know how you just actually interact with everyone that is following you and everything? Because I know you have a huge
That's on
range.
6 Figure Spa Chick though. When I first came to Atlanta, I was under my spa page, Queen of Massage ATL, and I haven't worked that business in 6 years. So I
Okay.
just opened that business back up, and I'm back on that page. And let me tell y'all something, starting over, y'all, is a lot.
Yes, it is.
Starting over is a lot. So what I used to do, well, the first thing I did when I moved to Atlanta, I DM'd everybody, like influencers, celebrities. I DM'd everybody to see if they wanted a massage therapist. Maybe out of everybody I DM'd, I remember 10 carats messaged me back, and one more person, I can't remember. But only like 2 people messaged me back out of like all the messages I sent, and they never booked an appointment either.
What?
So I don't teach that strategy anymore. So what I did is I started going under the hashtag of barbers, the bottle girls, the club pages, the events, the women conferences. I started going under those hashtags and started pitching myself to those people, and that's how I started getting clients. In addition to I had the Groupon as well. Plus, I was meeting people at events, so people were seeing me. Like they'll see me at this event, and they'll see me again at this event, and so they started to trust me.
Familiar and everything.
They started to trust me, and when they came to my page, it was giving what it's supposed to give. So that's how I was able to close the sale.
Man, so right now, what you're doing, Spa, I know you've helped like literally over 2,000 people helping revamp their spa. Could you tell us a little bit more about how do you help other business owners with their spa?
Yeah, so originally I just had my own spa business, and then I created Six Figure Spa Chick in 2015 in Atlanta. I was helping other massage therapists how to make money on Groupon, and then later on it just transitioned to the $1 million company business now that everybody sees, but it was hard work to get there. I just did a spa audit before here, and I got to do another one when I leave here. And so I go to their spas and I audit the exterior, interior, the back, front, and the middle of the business. So most people only work on the front of the business. So they will be like, a website, I got to post on Instagram, but it's nothing happening in the middle, and it's definitely nothing happening in the back.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where a lot of missing money coming in for entrepreneurs. So I go in and help with the system, the automation, the copy, the marketing, the visibility, the communication. And so that's what I'm doing in this particular year with my life, in my business.
So within your experience of helping different spas, what was one of your worst experiences when you walked in there? You was like, look, we gotta start all over.
We had multiple of those. So the old me, y'all, before I gave my life to God, I'm straight up walking in saying, you gotta move. Yeah, you gotta get out of here. That was the old me.
Like out of the whole building?
Multiple people have moved.
Wow.
And it's so much better.
Wow.
Multiple people, I walk in, I tell them, you gotta move. I walk in and let them know people they gotta fire, people they gotta let go. So much better.
Wow.
But now I'm a woman of God, so I don't talk like that anymore. I come in now and I'm like, you know, what do you think about this location? You know, are you willing to move? And I talk real soft. That's my new voice and my woman of God voice. But the old me, I'm just straight up telling them, hey, it's not gonna work. I don't see you making any money in here. I don't see how to get the money here. You gotta move. So that had actually happened for a lot of people, and they did move, and it's been so much better.
Wow. So some people aren't familiar on why nurses are so important. Mm-hmm. And you've helped nurses open up spas. And I don't believe too many nurses actually are familiar with that, how they could have a second income with becoming a spa owner. Did you let them know how important it is and how much they can leverage off of it?
No, that's amazing. So I work with nurses, estheticians, massage therapists, people who do body contouring, chiropractors. I'm going to a clinic when I leave here, actual MD doctors, and they transition over to the med spa side. Mm-hmm. And so it's a very lucrative business. If you guys Google med spas, make about $1 million if it's ran correctly. So for a lot of my nurses, they do nurse, they do travel nurse, they work in hospitals, but they also have a med spa. Some of them have got to the point where they're making so much money from the med spa, they don't even need the nursing at the hospital. Like one of my nurses, we got up to $50K a month with her, and she does IV hydration, and she's up to $50K. So she's not working at the hospital anymore, and she's not making $50K at the hospital anymore. So a lot of nurses are now opening up spas where they're doing, it's called an aesthetic nurse, where they do skincare services, and then some of them have an actual med spa where they have to have a medical director where they're doing medical weight loss, IV hydration, lip fillers, Botox, things of that nature.
Wow. And I never really actually thought about, bringing the two together. I'd rather deal with someone with a nurse background.
They're the top trusted profession in the world.
Wow.
They in the top 3, a nurse.
Really? I never knew that. Learn something new every day because, it's dangerous sometimes getting that procedure done when people don't know the medical back end of it. On if you are injecting something and you like, wait a minute, this don't look right.
Right.
So it is amazing that you actually brought that out here to the table and not too, I don't know nobody, honestly.
Really?
Yes.
I know 1,000 nurses.
Really? No, not just nurses. I'm just saying like just as far as someone like you just putting the information out there.
No, I'm not only one. I'm number one now.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm number one, and that's why I have held the position so long, because I'm the only one. Like it costs me hundreds of thousands of dollars to do these events and put this money up, time, energy. people are not willing to do that. People can say they for the people and they for the community, but their actions don't show that. So I have gave blood, sweat, and tears to the Spa Boss tribe, to doing the Only Black Spa Expo, the Only Black Spa Awards, all of these events that I do for the Black and Spa, the beauty pros. Somebody got to do, and keep in mind we got Brunner Brothers, so I speak at Brunner Brothers, so we got other events,
right?
But it was never really nothing just for Black spa professionals, and so that's what I came in and created.
So I know you've mentioned this plenty of times throughout our interview, how you changed your life over to God.
Yeah.
So with you changing your life over to God, did it really come from also you helping people? Because sometimes it could change you in a way.
No.
So where did it actually
God
come
beat
from?
me up.
He beat you down?
Baby, he dragged me like a rag doll through these Atlanta streets. He dragged me like, yes. And I was just like, my life has been so amazing for 6 years. Like,
That's
6 years
good.
straight. Like, living my best life. And I created this life that I live. And so I decided to take a break. A lot of other things happened. I decided to take a break from I've never taken a break in 13 years, by the way. But I decided to take a break. Hey, I'm tired. I've built up my company to 7 figures over and over. I have this full team. I'm going to take a break. And all hell broke loose. In addition to me putting other people in charge, other things happened as well. And it was just back-to-back blows. And so I hate using the D word, depression. But I basically, they diagnosed me as basically a person who is still very high functioning, but you are depressed.
Wow.
And all I know how to do is work. All I know how to do is take care of my friends, my family. I don't know how to do anything else.
That sound like me.
Yep. And so God, and now, last month was my first month back. I'm so thankful. I was big in a man. I was like, look, God, now get me out of this. What's going on? To go from, making $200K plus months to 50 to the average person, of 50K money is still a big month.
Right.
But that's my bills. That's my bills. So I was still doing 50K in a depression, but that's my bills. So it's like, it was nothing. So last month was my first month back. I was so happy. I hit my goal. This month, I got to hit the goal. But yeah, he just beat me up real bad because he wanted my attention. And for 6 years, I would say he had I do everything for everybody, but I wasn't giving him what he wanted. And so he just like Donkey Kong me.
Right.
He like, hold up, little girl. And I hate to be little girl.
So?
He little girl me, baby. Humble me all the way down.
Yeah, he beat you.
And so now I'm making sure I talk about the man every day. I got to pray. I got to do devotion. Baby, whatever he wants, his wish is my command. Because I can't ever go through that ever again in my life.
That's good. A lot of times people don't understand how much he is so important within
Very
us.
important.
Like deep within, because it'll be hard for you to make it throughout a day, a second,
Yeah.
a minute, anything.
And I found out since I've been doing devotion every day that he's a jealous God. I say he jealous.
What?
They're like, he's a jealous God. I'm like, what you mean? So what it is, I was putting my time, energy, and effort into other things and not him how he wanted to. So now I understand the assignment. I know exactly what he wants from me. And I'm going to give it to him. Because it was bad, man. For 6 months, it was bad. So to go from these 6 years of high to 6 months of like wanting to kill yourself, that's a horrible transformation.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
It is. Even when you get in that mindset, I know you say you don't like using the word depression, but even like with suicide, you be depressed.
I want to
then
kill
you
myself
think
3 times in 6 months.
Did you?
3 different times I had suicidal thoughts. Because I'm tired of thinking.
Yeah.
I'm tired of thinking. I got to take care of all these people depending on me. I still got to run my company. I still got to be a wife to my husband. I still got to be a mom to my kids. I was like, I just rather just let it out though. I was like, if I just die today, all this can just be off of me and I don't got to worry about it. And I had that thought 3 times. And I kept on thinking about my kids. First of all, I don't even know how to kill myself. But just to have the thought, that's when you know it's getting real. Just for the thoughts to pick up into your mind. And a lot of people don't talk about this. I know a lot of people who make a lot of money. When I publicly got on social media and told people what had been going on, no one knew. And you will not believe how many other people who are high up reached out. They were just like, thank you so much for your transparency. Like, you so real. They going through things too, but they would never say it.
Right.
And so I'm just going to say it. I want people to know, like, yeah, I lived an amazing life in 6 years. And them 6 months whipped me into shape.
Man. And it's a bad feeling that you get too. Even when they try to give you like medication and all that. And medication sometimes make you feel even worse.
No, it made me feel good.
It made you feel good?
Xanax. Yeah.
Did it?
Real calm.
I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I did it, guys. Hey, everybody. See how I'm not on one at the moment. I don't even have any. I haven't had any in weeks, but the Xanax really, because I was having bad headache.
Really?
My neck was hurt. When I get stressed, my neck hurt, my shoulder hurt. Yep, so I was taking Xanax.
So,
And it was a low dosage, girl. It didn't even hardly do nothing. But it was
Okay.
it was like a 0.5 from my
Okay.
doctor.
okay.
But he helped me tremendously.
So what are you doing now to prioritize your time so you won't feel like you're giving out so much to people?
Yep, so I say no a lot. This is the most I ever said no in my career in 13 years. I'm saying no now. Like somebody just called me and I had a clinic K opportunity and I had to say no because I knew it was going to overwhelm me.
Wow.
And I'm like, hey, I can do this for you. I said, but I can't do this part. And the other part that they wanted me to do, that was the big check. But I knew it was going to overwhelm me, and that's what happened before. I just overwhelmed myself. I extended myself to so many people, so many projects, so many things. Spent so much money, sponsored so much. And when I was in a need, nobody was there. Well, not the people I thought was going to be anyway.
Right.
A couple of people did come through for your girl. I paid all my debt. I'm thankful for that, too.
That's good.
Everybody who I owed, I paid them. Thank the Lord. So it came back around because I had a solid business. I didn't lose anything. You know, it wasn't as bad as it could have been or what I've experienced in my life in the past because I actually built a real business and I was actually still doing 50K months and I sold seeds into a lot of other people.
Right.
So 4 people did come through for me, but the people who I really needed to come through for me, they wasn't there.
Wow. And you know, have you found yourself, once you got yourself together, when you had your downtime before you got back into business and everything, did you feel like a lot of friends and family drifted off once you started getting yourself together?
No, I took care of anybody that can't drift off. I'm the breadwinner.
Oh no,
They didn't
right.
they didn't drift off. They was right there broke. They didn't drift off or go anywhere. They was there. And I just said, hey, I didn't teach you anything. You don't got no money right now.
Wow.
If I still got to show up in the middle of depression and work and go make 50K, what I need you for? I don't.
Man.
There was the one time I needed them and they couldn't come through.
Wait, so you just don't talk to anyone?
You know, they still around.
Oh, you just kind of
I ain't doing no business with them no more.
Okay, got you.
Because I fed everybody for 6 years.
Yeah.
Everybody ate from my table for 6 years. The one time I needed some help, and going from 200K months to 50K months, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And they wasn't there for me. I went to therapy. I got 2 therapists. I was that messed up. I got 2 of them. And my therapist just tell me what to do and how to handle situations.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing any business with them any longer. Like within my company, they're still my home girls. One of them my best friend. But we're not doing no business or nothing like that together.
Right.
Because when I needed people, they weren't there for me. So I can't keep on carrying people and trying to carry my household, my business. Like I need somebody to carry me sometime.
Yeah, I had to learn that myself because I had lost my mother-in-law, my mom.
Oh, wow.
Then I lost my husband in a year.
Wow.
And during those times, I really didn't have nobody. And I was giving back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, thousands and everything. And it was like nobody was there.
Mm-hmm.
Barely anybody was at his funeral, my husband's
Wow.
funeral.
No, they all still around.
And I'll just be like, man,
It beat.
it
But that's the
puts you
thing.
in a dark space.
When we go through that adversity, we see who's who.
Yeah, you
Like I
do.
never asked nobody for no money in 6 years. So when I started asking, they couldn't give it. I'm like, you ain't gave me nothing in 6 years. I done gave you everything. You ain't gave me nothing.
Right.
In 6 years, you don't got 10 bands.
Mhm.
That's a problem. In my depression, people would still ask me for money. 10 grand, 13 grand, 15 grand, 5 grand. I was still giving it.
They don't even ask how you doing. They just
they
call and just
but
be
they-
like,
they-
tell them what they want.
Because I've been up for so long and I'm a strong person, everybody just assumed I was okay. Nobody for real knew that, hey, I'm in a depression. I'm down to 50K months. I'm not seeing $1 of the money that nobody knew anything because 6 years is a long time.
Yeah. And just being a strong person alone, a lot of people expect so much from us, but they don't realize that we human too. We still go through things. Even though you see us accomplishing so many goals and making money as you see, you really technically don't know how much, but at the same time, they will put their own vision and everything upon your life and just think it's just that when it's bored to
Exactly. Because one of my friends knew what I was going through and still asked me for 10K.
Whew.
Still asked me for 10,000. Just assume I got it. And mind you, I call it my FU fund.
What?
Yeah, that's what I call my FU fund. And so my friends and people know that I got the FU fund. They know I'm not going in. Girl, the whole world got to be, Jesus got to be coming back.
Man.
That's the only way I'm going in the FU fund. Jesus got to be coming back. And he's saying, clean it up, sis. Go on, get it collected. You going with me. Other than that, they know I ain't going in. They know I'm not going in their fund. So they knew I still had that. And so maybe, you know, my therapist just try to help me understand people action and things they do. So I'm like,
hard though.
yeah, I'm like, maybe that's why, you know, this particular person still acts in the middle of my own storm because they know I had that money over there. And I still got that money. I never even touched it doing none of my bad time. Those 6 months.
I just don't speak to nobody no more.
I still speak to them.
I can't do it.
I still speak to
I
them.
can't do it.
I
can't.
still talk to all of them.
Really?
They just gotta hold their own weight now though. And they seeing what they feel like.
Right.
Imagine you can lock arms with somebody for 6 years and be taken care of for 6 years through their company, through their business. That's powerful.
It is.
So now they gotta go
It is.
lock arms with themselves in their own business. But they can't do it with mine no more.
So, though, you have a very strong personality and you are like, your spirit is beautiful.
Thank you.
And for you to walk on your daily life, I know you got some good discernment.
To be honest, another one of my close friends, I don't want to say we fall out, but we just had a huge misunderstanding. And people like, Candace, use your discernment. And I'm just like, I thought I was using my discernment. And what I learned from that situation that just happened, people could be around you, they could be serving you, they could be on your team, they can understand the vision, and they don't understand the vision. So all this time, I thought these certain people was down for me. They understood the vision. They was getting paid very, very well. But they got their own thoughts, their own feelings. Their own, you know, when all this stuff happened, she read me. She let a lot of steam off. And I was like, I'm just so glad, you know, you standing up for yourself. I'm glad you letting me know this. I'm going to work on this category by category. But you could have said this 3 years ago. You should have said this 2 months ago. You could have said this 6 months ago. So that would be a part of discernment. Like, even if you think people know or you think it feels so good, like now it's a new wall up. I already had a wall up. Now I got another wall up.
Right.
I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to have to keep on putting walls up.
The wall, yeah.
Because now you're just like
so many layers.
No, I'm in layers right now,
Wow.
and I don't want to be that girl. But now the wall is back up,
Man.
unfortunately. So I don't know
Well,
what's
that's
gonna
what
happen.
happens though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. Because that's how I am as far as, because I'm like an introvert. So it's hard for me to get close to people because.
See, not me, girl. I'll meet you today and be like, hey, girl, let's go to Cabo. Let's go to Dubai. Where we going? Let's go this. Like that. Yeah. But you know what? And that's one of my worst traits.
Really?
That's one of my worst. Because I be thinking I'm cool with everybody. That don't mean they cool with me like that.
Yeah, and I'm seeing you that
It's one of
way.
my worst traits.
I can't do it because it's
Girl, I be ready.
everyone that was the closest to me was the ones that actually did something to me. So it creates me to be afraid to actually get
It's a
close.
wall.
Because I'm like, they don't end up doing something sooner
I
or
got,
later.
and you know what? It's so sad. We got to think like that. Oh, sooner or later they're gonna do something to me.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Who wants to live like that?
It is.
Or even be in relationships like that? Nobody.
Yeah.
It's not good. But yeah, I have a new wall up right now, so I don't know when it's gonna crumble, but it's up at the moment.
Me.
It's up.
So, do you have any events or anything coming up?
Yes, so Nurse Week is coming up. It's always
Okay.
the first week in May. I'm doing an event here in Atlanta called Market Your Way to the Bank on May the 4th. It's only for nurses. I got my 5th annual Black Spa Expo coming up the weekend of September 17th in Atlanta as well for all my spa and beauty pros. We got 12 speakers for that. It's actually free. I did it free last year as well. I spent $200,000. This year, the free part is all virtual.
Okay.
I got to make up for the money I lost last year. In the middle of the depression. You know, I was depressed. I was still doing an event. I did my event at Georgia Aquarium.
Well, that's kind of
It
normal.
was just already in the pipeline.
Yeah, it's just if you drowning yourself in work, though, it's kind of like a coping mechanism too.
I told myself that. I said I just keep myself so busy that I don't even have time
Yeah,
to
I
worry
do
about
that.
worry about real life.
Yeah, I do that myself. Yeah.
But now my real life fixed. Thank the Lord. My real life is fixed now. Thank you, Jesus. Ooh, that 6 months was hell.
Man, well, you can always remember that 6 months. You can do a book on your 6 months.
My new book coming out called Better, Not Bitter.
Ooh.
Because my other book was called Bitter Plus Broke Equal Boss. I was bitter last time. I got broke, but I became a boss. So this one is called Better, Not Bitter.
Ooh, what a comeback.
Yeah. For sure.
That was a good comeback. So, how can people get in contact with you and connect with you?
So I'm Six Figure Spot Chick on all platforms. I got 3 fake pages, y'all. If somebody DM you asking you about Bitcoin, it ain't me. I would never do that, okay? But on every platform, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Six Figure Spot Chick. If you're on LinkedIn, Candace Holyfield.
Wow. Well, thank you, Candace,
Thank you.
much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Just keep that wall up, go.
The wall is up.
Keep the wall up. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Podcast. Again, we are here at the Havana Lounge, our sponsor, and just come enjoy the ride, y'all.